There's literally a piece of metal that is sticking out, but I don't think I should be having to take a hammer to my car to fix it. Doing all the time is this, just click. I don't think you should be pulling tape off of your car. I bet you more than anything, when Ford releases their new Mustangs, they will not have the MT82 transmission in them because they're junk. What is going on, guys? It is Awesome with Gone in 60. Welcome back to the channel. So excited to bring you guys today's topic. We're going to be talking about a few things that I don't like about my Ford Mustang Bullitt. Now, when I say that, guys, I love this car. I have enjoyed it. I apologize, it's dirty. It's been raining here in Utah. I do try and keep my car really clean, but black does not stay clean for very long. But it's been raining, but I love the car. There's so much more that I love about the car than I dislike. And in fact, the video I'm gonna be doing about the things that I love about the car will actually be more things than the things that I don't like. So these are just things that bug me and irritate me. Some of them are pretty strong that I don't like about this car. So we're gonna jump into them. I'm gonna share them with you guys. And if you guys have anything else below that maybe you guys have noticed with your Mustang, or somebody that you know owns one, or maybe one that you've driven in that you don't like about it, feel free and drop it in the comment below. If you have any ideas to the things that maybe I don't like, that maybe you guys know how to fix or make better, I'm all ears. So guys, thank you so much for jumping in the channel, and let's get into today's topic. All right, I don't think I'm gonna be shooting much of this video outside. I actually think I'm gonna go inside because I might get struck by lightning. So guys, if I disappear, if I'm gone, you know what happened. All right, guys, we were avoiding the storm, we're avoiding the rain. So let's jump into today's topic, which are the things that I don't like about my 2020 Ford Mustang Bullitt. I love this car, but there's a few things at the top of this list that really bug me, really annoy me, and I just want to share them with you guys. So I'm going to start off with my most offensive things, the things that just drive me crazy about this car. I will say 1 and 2 are almost a toss-up. Like, I could go either way with whichever one, and depending on the day. But for the first one that we're going to jump into, the issue that I have with my 2020 Ford Mustang Bullitt is the quality control. Now, I'll share with you guys a few examples just from the car. You know, some of the gauges on the performance pack, let me just show you guys real quick. So for you Mustang owners that have some of the performance pack, either the 1 or the 2, these gauges right here, you could breathe on them and they'll scratch. I've tried taking some plastics, kind of scratch remover to them. They are super delicate, super sensitive. I actually leave mine kind of dirty now because I do not want to touch these. So the dealership kind of tried cleaning these and they're scratched. So just another quality concern thing. You know, other things like this has awesome brushed aluminum all over the car. And over on the side over there, they forgot to completely hammer it in, fit it in. And so there's literally a piece of metal that is sticking out, waiting for me as I'm detailing my car, or whoever it might be, to literally go and get stitches because it needs hammered down. Now, I could take it to Ford. I might take a hammer to it. I don't know. But I don't think I should be having to take a hammer to my car to fix it. But that's just another quality concern issue that I have with the car, is that, I don't know, I just feel some of these things weren't well thought through. Let me take you guys outside. Let me show you another thing that I think quality concern. I'll share with you guys kind of a video of something I pulled off of my car the other night. So let me go ahead and show that to you guys right now. Don't know what these pieces are to, but apparently my car is somehow taped together. Okay. So yeah, I don't think you should be pulling tape off of your car. I don't know why there would be tape on these cars. I don't think that's something that just flew up into the car. It was obviously wrapped around something. I have no idea what that tape belongs to, but Ford, you should not be taping things to your Ford Mustangs. It's not good. But let me bring you guys outside and let me show you one more thing, just quality control, that I'm not crazy about. All right. All right, Ford. It is 2021, and I should not have to use this guy to prop up the car. Yep, about wants to fall off when I do it. So, come on, Ford. Like, really? You can't put anything hydraulic in here to like hold up the hood? I mean, we're still using the stands from like the 90s and the 80s and heck the 70s. Like, not good. I mean, even some of the old muscle cars don't even use these. They just kind of prop up on springs. So just another kind of quality concern thing that personally I just don't think Ford really thought through. All right, guys, so I'll bring you guys inside and let me show you one other thing quality control wise. Like this right here, like this clip, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this thing feels so flimsy to me. Like I am gonna break this at some point in time. Like this little latch that opens and closes it, like it is so incredibly thin that I'm very confident it's gonna be broke at some point in time. And I don't know why they can't. If you're gonna use plastic, maybe use something a little bit thicker, but I know that's gonna get broke. All right, so obviously there's some quality concerns and some different things that I really don't like about this car. I think there's some things that Ford built really well on these, and I think there's some things that they went extremely cheap on that I'm not in love with or crazy about. The next thing, and I knew about this before I purchased this car, and it is the MT82 transmission in the Ford Mustangs. Now, I love manuals. Is the 10-speed faster in this car? Absolutely. It is awesome. It shifts so quick. It is a blast. I personally just love being in control of the car and shifting gears, and I think it's a lot of fun. Now, someday I might change my mind on that, but I don't want to get into too much of clutch versus other stuff because I'm going to be doing a comparison of what it's like towards my Challenger. But the problem that I have with the MT82, you know, the shift knob's great. The problem that I have with it is this car grinds in second and third gear, and it grinds really bad. Like, you almost have to force it into gear. I don't think it's so much the transmission from my research. I think if you do, I think it's an MGW short throw shifter that you can do in it. The whole shifting assembly needs replaced. It's cheap. It is extremely cheap. Like, these transmissions have been known to have fork brakes. I knew this was an issue kind of coming into it. I still decided to make the purchase. Now, what I've noticed is when it's in track mode or when it's in sport mode, it's not as bad. Now, my Challenger, it had a little bit of a break-in period, and that has the Tremec in it, which by far is the better transmission, hands down. I'm not even going to talk more about that. It was a little stiff at first, like it would kind of catch in some of the gears, but it worked itself out and it was great. This doesn't always do it, but I can't really get the sound for you guys. But really, when you're shifting from particularly first to second and second to third, it does not feel normal. You're literally grinding the gear into place, and it's not normal. Do research on it. There are thousands of issues with it. So that is something that I knew before I bought it. I didn't think it would be as bad as it is, and I'm probably going to be $1,000 to $2,000 to fix it and do it properly. I have no interest in installing the entire assembly myself. I've seen enough videos on it. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. But when you get all the parts, when you get everything for it, that is one of the issues, is just the shifter in this, and it is not good. So anyways, that is just something that I've noticed that I just can't stand, and it's a transmission in this car. I'd blame it more on the shift assembly, but it is not good, guys. If you're looking into getting these, if you're on the fence about manual or automatic, get an automatic, because these manuals are problematic. Now, the only reason in my mind to get a Mach 1 over a Bullitt Mustang, this has almost all the same features as the Mach 1, other than some different coolers and some different things and some different aesthetics, whatever. But the main reason is that has a Tremec transmission, and I bet you, more than anything, when Ford releases their new Mustangs, they will not have the MT82 transmission in them because they're junk. All right, guys, so the next thing that I don't enjoy about this car is, for a brand new car, I'm almost at 3,000 miles. Let me just share with you a quick clip, real quick, and maybe it might explain a little bit more what I'm talking about, but listen particularly for the sound. So as you guys can tell, I don't know why, but this car has so many noises as I drive down the road. It creaks, it cracks, it pops. Like, I shouldn't be having to like stick my fingers over here as I'm driving down the road, or over here, or over here. Like, I get that a car is breaking in, but with my Challenger, I did not come across this anywhere near to the extent that I have with my Mustang. And hey, maybe it's just like a new shoe that is getting worn and is going to fit better. but this car just has too many squeaks and sounds. And I obviously most of the time am listening to the exhaust, or I have music blaring at really high volumes, and so I don't notice them. But when I am like just driving around just kind of in normal mode, when I don't have my music on, I don't like how many sounds that are coming from the car, and I really don't want to take it to Ford to like, you know, every time you take it into those places, your car comes out with a new dent, a new scratch, a new something. And personally, how are they going to fix those? What are they putting behind there? Are they putting foam behind it? Are they putting tape behind it? What are they doing? Like, a lot of times I think it's just a quick fix, but for a brand new car with 3,000 miles, I don't like how many sounds are coming from the car that are not supposed to be coming from the car. Are you guys having that same problem? I don't know. Let me know. Right, so one of the other things that I really struggle with this car, and I've done a couple videos on it, but for whatever reason, the paint on this car, obviously I have shadow black. Now, black is not a good color choice if you're a perfectionist like me. It's going to show so many more impurities. It's going to show a lot of issues. Now, this car, I had somebody fix a dent on it that was caused by dealership, and he also noticed some other dents on it that were just straight from the factory. Now, I know black cars, it's extremely hard to paint. The body lines, everything has to be perfect on them. However, I struggle with, I don't think they put hardly any clear coat on these cars, and I think the paint on them are junk. The paint on my Challenger, way better. Like, I had a lot of rocks hit that car too. Yes, I had some rock chips, but this car, if a snowflake falls on it, and I know I'm sounding dramatic, it almost scratches it, nicks it, chips it, whatever it might be. And that's just what I struggle with, is that with this car, I love it, and some of those rock chips, I get no paint is perfect. Any rock that hits it, it's going to cause some type of issue. But I feel any single rock that hits this, it shows, and it does not look good. And I just don't think the paint on these cars are very high quality. You know, there's different kind of paint that you can use. There's different coats you can use, how many clear coats you use. But my notice with this paint so far is it does not withstand to anything whatsoever thrown at it. Now, I know these are cars. They're not meant to be perfect for forever. They're going to have issues. Let me show you guys some clips kind of around the car. But at the end of the day, I think if you're paying all this money for a car, Ford, you can use a little bit better paint and a little more clear coat on your cars, please. All right, guys, so just wrapping out the list. You know, I'll be honest, when I first saw some of these toggle switches, I actually thought they were cheap when I had my Challenger. I didn't like them. They actually feel really good. You know, they're not bad. I think they're really cool. They kind of resemble like a cockpit, you know, a cockpit from a airplane or Warcraft, whatever you have. So it's actually kind of cool. But let me go ahead and just start up my car and just share with you one of the challenges that I struggle with and why I think that my Challenger is a little bit better on some of this. So let's go ahead and start it up. So I'm just gonna throw it in gear here, or out of gear. Just gonna throw it out of gear. So we have the car started. I wanna share with you guys one thing that I don't like, and it's around the modes that you can put the car in. There's a couple ways you can put the car in different modes. You can do it from the mode selector down here. You can also do it from the pony, my pony icon. Hopefully it's called my pony. You can do it from the pony icon on your steering wheel. And so those are two ways that you can adjust your drive modes. Now with my Challenger, all I had to do was double tap a button and I was there. The problem that I don't like, and let me show you guys. So you guys can see we're just in normal here. I click it up once, click it up again, sport. Now what if I wanted to go back to normal? There is no down on this. I have to hit up and I have to go all the way around the horn again. So while this is really cool and cute and fun, all I find myself doing all the time is this, just clicking through all the gears, and I'm not crazy about it. So I just wish they would have made an easier and a faster way. Like on the Challenger, all I would do is I would double tap a button down here in my selected drive mode and it would always come there. Because sometimes when I'm in traffic or I want to change my drive mode, I'll flip it, you know, a couple times, or whatever mode I want to get it in, I'll go past it. And from my understanding, there's not a way to go backwards. You go all the way around the horn again. And so that is something that I'm just not crazy about with this. And I know it's a small complaint, but when you're a car enthusiast like we are and you want to drive these cars in certain modes, you have to fiddle with that. You have to play with it. And while these switches are really cool, they're not as functional as they should be. All right, guys, so those are the things that I don't like about my Ford Mustang Bullitt. What do you guys think? Would you add anything to that? Am I wrong about some of these things? Let me know. The storm is coming in, so I'm gonna get out of here. But guys, thank you so much for all your support on the channel. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And this ends today's video, and we'll catch you on the next one.